Okay, so let's dive right into something that really caught our attention this time.
Yeah.
We've been digging into these excerpts from a piece. It's called Hyperlocal Dropshipping, the Neighborhood E-Commerce Hustle.
Right. Yeah, I saw that. That title, it's a great hook, isn't it?
It is.
It sort of points towards this, well, potentially surprising trend in e-commerce, something that feels a bit different from the huge global scale stuff we usually hear about.
Absolutely. And the core idea that really jumped out was this. What if you could run an online store, sell products you don't physically hold?
The dropshipping model, basically.
Exactly. But, and this is the key part, without dealing with all that global competition and without those painfully long shipping times you often get.
Ah, okay. So it kind of flips the standard model on its head.
Right.
Brings the focus incredibly close to home.
Exactly. So for this deep dive, our mission really is to unpack what this hyperlocal dropshipping actually looks like, based on the material we saw. We want to understand how it's reported to work and maybe why it seems to be getting traction, especially, it seems, with younger entrepreneurs.
Right. What's fascinating, from what I read, is how these operations are, well, intentionally small, geographically speaking. The examples we saw, they describe entrepreneurs sometimes like really young ones.
Yeah.
Setting up online shops just for customers in their city, or maybe even just a specific neighborhood or zip code.
Wow. So what are they selling?
Things like, local fashion trends, unique craft items, maybe niche products that resonate right there. But the key difference is who they're getting the goods from.
Not overseas suppliers, then?
No, exactly. Instead, they're working with local vendors, artisans, maybe even small-scale manufacturers nearby.
Gotcha.
And the fulfillment, well, it matches that local focus, too. So forget container ships. We're talking maybe same-day courier apps, local delivery services, or, yeah, even sometimes personal deliveries just facilitated within that community.
Okay, that makes sense. There was one example, wasn't there, about Afro Streetwear.
Yeah, that one stood out.
Instead of sourcing from, way overseas, they team up with a local tailor who does the printing, the packaging, everything right there.
Right in the neighborhood.
And then getting it to the customer super fast. Uses a local delivery app, or maybe even, like the piece said, someone on a scooter, like a boda driver within the city.
See, that cuts out so much complexity. And waiting time.
Definitely.
There's no inventory risk for the seller, same as regular dropshipping, but the customer gets their item really fast, often with a personal touch or at least a local one.
And the marketing. Apparently, it's way more cost-effective.
How so?
Well, you don't need these massive, expensive global ad campaigns. The strategy relies heavily on leveraging local social media.
Ah, like targeted TikToks or Instagram Reels.
Exactly. Stuff that really resonates specifically within their community. One viral video, apparently, within that tight-knit local audience can generate significant sales.
Because the potential customer base is, concentrated. And probably highly receptive if the content hits right.
Yeah. And this effectiveness ties directly into the branding, too.
Okay.
These hyper-local stores, they're not generic. They build a brand identity that speaks directly to the slang, the culture, the fashion, even the unique humor of their specific area.
It's almost like street culture commerce, as you said.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. The authenticity comes from being genuinely embedded in that local context. And that seems to be a really powerful differentiator.
Yeah, I can see that. Well, traditional e-commerce, it often defines success by global scale.
Right. Bigger is better.
These cases suggest there's actually significant power and viability in focusing really intensely on a smaller, highly engaged local community.
We saw that really compelling example, didn't we? About the 17-year-olds in Johannesburg.
Oh, yeah, the sneaker cleaning kits.
Reportedly made a substantial amount, in just 6 months? Selling these kits exclusively within their township.
It wasn't about building some global brand.
No.
It was purely about understanding and serving a very specific local need. Using local connections, local social media.
It really drives home the point, doesn't it? That sometimes the most impactful business opportunities aren't found by, chasing the biggest possible market.
But maybe by going deeper into a specific local one you really understand.
So, okay, pulling back a bit, what does this deep dive really suggest? I mean, it highlights the potential, right? And the power of, authenticity, maybe. That comes from deeply understanding and serving these local markets in e-commerce.
Yeah, the key strategies we saw were definitely, one, partnering with local vendors and using local fulfillment.
Right. Keep it close.
2, using that targeted, affordable, local social media marketing.
Hyper-focused.
And 3, building brands that are genuinely, authentically rooted in the specific local culture.
It really makes you think about the core lessons here, even beyond just dropshipping. There's real value in that deep local connection.
Definitely. And it sort of leaves us with this provocative thought, maybe.
Yeah.
That maybe the next big wave in online commerce, it won't necessarily originate from, Silicon Valley or the big global tech hubs.
Interesting. So where from then?
It might just emerge from right within your own neighborhood, your own community.
Huh. It makes you wonder, doesn't it, what unique local needs or connections exist right where you are? Maybe just waiting for someone to connect the dots.